Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a Williams 5/6 month update. I usually do the videos with him here, but he is napping. Today's a little bit crazy and this is the only time I could get into film, so sadly he will not be in this video unless he happens to wake up while I'm filming, but hopefully he will not. It is so insane that he is already half a year. Like, I can't get over it. My mind is blown. Soon we're gonna be at his first birthday. Yes, I have already started a Pinterest board for his first birthday on Pinterest. Like, I actually started it a couple months ago, not gonna lie. But it's just crazy how fast he's growing. So I wanted to update you guys on how he's been doing. Usually I have stuff in my phone about things I wanna talk about, but I don't have that this time. So this might be a little bit scattered, forgive me. He had his doctor's appointment for his 6 months a couple days ago. He looks great, super healthy. He only gained a pound from his 4-month appointment, so he weighs 17 pounds now. I was a little bit bummed, honestly. I was hoping that he would be 20 pounds, but maybe that was a little bit ambitious wishing, but he only gained a pound, but the doctor said that's totally normal and not a big deal. He grew, though, an inch, almost 2 inches, 1 3/4 inches. He's growing a lot lengthwise. He's just not putting on like a ton of weight, but the doctor said he's totally healthy and that is totally fine. So things that have really been happening with him the last couple months, one big one is eczema. Unfortunately, he has been really struggling with baby eczema. It started on his face and now it's moved like to the top of his back, which is kind of weird. The doctor was even kind of like weirded out about it. She said that it's a little bit unusual that eczema happens on the top of his back like that. He will also get it in the like crevice of his elbow and behind his knee, which she said is really common, but the back of the neck, or the back of the top of the back is a little bit weird, but she said it was eczema. And it actually, when we were at the doctor's office, it looked really bad, like worse than normal. And I think it's because the doctor's office was so hot. But she wasn't worried about it, so I'm really glad that it looked as bad as it did, and she still wasn't worried about it. I'm glad that she didn't prescribe us like any steroids or anything like that. She just said to keep an eye on it, maybe try some different over-the-counter creams, some Aquaphor, stuff like that. And normally it looks pretty good. He has a couple of dry patches here and there, but on an everyday basis, it looks pretty good. We have started solids, which is really exciting. He's liked everything that he's tried. He loves carrots. Unfortunately, though, I think he might be allergic to carrots. When I gave him carrots, his eczema flared up like crazy. I waited for it to calm down and I tried again like a week later and it happened again. Unfortunately, I was hoping that it was maybe just a fluke or something, but sadly, I think that carrots definitely triggered that. So we'll probably wait like a month or two until we try carrots again to see if maybe he'll grow out of it or something like that. But unfortunately, carrots is a no-go for us, but that's the only thing that he seemed to have a reaction to, and he's been loving everything else that we've been giving him. I'm kind of debating if I want to do Babyled weaning, BLW. I keep going back and forth on it. Basically what it is from 6 months on, you give the baby like actual like big chunks of food. It has to be cut like a certain size. At 6 months, it's really big pieces, and then at 9 months, it's like a little bit smaller pieces, and it gets smaller as they get bigger. But I don't know, it kind of weirds me out. It kind of freaks me out that he's gonna choke. It does teach them to feed themselves and everything like that, but just the choking scare really is what it makes me hesitant. If any of you guys have done BLW, if you know some information about it, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to get some more information and hear what everyone thinks about it. He is rolling around like crazy. I'll put him down in one spot, I'll turn around, and like 2 seconds later, he'll be like all the way across the room. All he wants to do is roll and move all over the place. He's getting up on his hands and knees and kind of rocking back and forth, so I think that means that crawling is coming, which is really exciting. Sitting up, he's not doing great at sitting up. He has a little bit of trouble. Unfortunately, he doesn't even like to practice. I'll sit him up and he'll just like stiffen his back and like want to go backwards. Like, he does not like to try and sit up. I try and get him to practice, but he's just not a fan. He can sometimes sit up unassisted for like 5 seconds-ish, but he's just in no rush to sit up, and that's fine. I mean, I know it'll happen when he is ready. Still no teeth. I don't think he's teething. He is such a happy baby. Like, he's just always smiling. He's always super happy. He absolutely loves his jumperoo. He will sit in there for hours if I would let him. I only put him in there, you know, 15-20 minutes at a time, because I've heard that it could be bad to leave them in there any longer than that. So we don't go in there for any more than 15 to 20 minutes at a time, but I swear he would stay in there for hours if I would let him. As far as clothes, he is still in 6 to 9 month clothes. I think he was in the last video I posted too, maybe. But he's in 6 to 9 month clothes. I feel like he's been in 6 to 9 month clothes for a while now. As far as sleeping goes, he used to be a great sleeper. He used to be a really great sleeper, and it might just be because he was sick, but like 2 weeks ago he got a really bad cold. Well, it wasn't really bad. He got a cold. I had a cold and then he got the cold. He had a fever for less than 24 hours. It never went over, I think 100.8 was the highest, so it wasn't even a super high fever. But yeah, a little cough and a little stuffy nose, and now he's still a little bit congested, so I'm wondering if that's why he's having trouble sleeping. But the past like 2 to 3 weeks, he's just not been sleeping very good. And then he got his shots in the middle of that. So I'm hoping that once this congestion clears up, he will be sleeping better, but he's not sleeping great. He puts himself to sleep really good. For naps too, I'll just lay him in his crib and he'll usually put himself to sleep within 5 to 10 minutes. We did do the cry it out method like probably a month ago is when we started it, and I was doing really good at it, and that's when he started to be a really good sleeper. But then he got sick, and then I didn't want to do the cry it out method anymore in the middle of the night because I felt bad because he didn't feel good, and I don't know, I didn't want to make him cry when he didn't feel good. So that was probably my fault for messing everything up, but I don't know, I just felt bad that he was sick in the middle of the night and he was crying. So hopefully we can get back on track with his sleeping, because he used to be a really, really good sleeper, and it's not even that bad now. He probably gets up, he's not eating through the night anymore. He probably gets up 2 to 3 times throughout the night, and it's not even like he's up for that long. He'll start crying, and then I'll usually let him cry for about 5 minutes. Sometimes that'll put him back to sleep, rarely anymore though. And then I'll go in there, I'll give him his pacifier, kind of rub his back, and then usually he'll fall back asleep with that. So it's not even like he's up for a long time. All he wants is his pacifier and he's good to go. But hopefully we can get that 2 to 3 times a night down to 1, or even better, 0. But he does go down between like 6:30 and 7, and then he sleeps usually till 7 a.m. Sometimes he'll wake up a little earlier, like 6:30, but usually he'll sleep all the way till 7. So that is pretty good. All right, guys, I think that is all I have to update you on. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything, and I don't think I did. I'll probably think of it like in an hour. But that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.